Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. Welcome or welcome back this evening, today, this morning, whenever you're listening. We have an important message from your spirit guides. So, I just had a bit of a kerfuffle in here because Bedford decided to come in, jump up on my table at the wrong moment, not this table, the other one over there, and managed to drag a load of cables, and a waterfall of items came falling off the table. So I've just cleaned that up and removed the broken items. So we could have some turbulent energy associated with this reading. We could be talking about some turbulence, some upsets, some unexpected turbulence, unexpected tower moments, shall we say, in your life. But certainly this is a very spiritual message. It is an energy update, going to be touching on a number of different parts of your life, depending on where my guides want to take me and what your guides want you to know. So we've got 3 paths to choose from. I'm filming this shortly after Lion's Gate in 2024, which is an 888 portal, and there's also the words Dragon Gate have come through a few times through me, through a couple of other people like Chrissy on Zeta Afuki. So let's have a look to see what messages we've got. Now, this reading is intended as timeless. It doesn't matter when you're finding it. The messages will be relevant to you. So pile 1 is going to be the Watermelon Tourmaline on number 58. That's a personal favourite of mine because that is one of my numbers, 58. I am a 5813-4. If you want something done, you get a 58 to do it. Just saying. And this is your piece of tiger's eye. Every pile has a piece of tiger's eye today. I got these from Lavender Moon in Poole. Isn't that lovely? Okay, pile number 2, we have the turquoise crystal on 57. This is your piece of tiger's eye. This one's a bit darker. It's got some blue hues in this one as well. Interesting shape. Pile 3, we have tiger's eye. You couldn't make this up. I didn't pick these on purpose. I picked them completely blind, and it made me laugh so much that tiger's eye came out on 56. Okay, and this is your piece of tiger's eye. Look at that. Gorgeous. Interesting triangular shaped piece. And I would like to introduce you all to my new onyx pyramid that will be joining us today, which I got at the charity shop today. So always welcome to bring in more stones, another welcome addition to the Cosmic Dragon family. So take a moment, see which pile you're drawn to, which crystal you're drawn to. You may want to watch more than one. You may feel drawn to all 3 of them, and that's absolutely fine. Timestamps will be in the description below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. You chose the Watermelon Tourmaline, one of my favourite crystals, on number 58. And this is your piece of tiger's eye. Okay. So, like I said in the intro, if you happen to catch that, 58 is one of my favourite numbers because it's one of my numbers in my birth chart. So 5813-4. Like I said, if you want something done, you get a 58 to do it. Very pragmatic, very hardworking. We're thinkers, we're doers, we get everything done. We're the people at the office where if there's something last minute that has to be done and has to be done properly, you give it to us. So very hardworking, but also whimsical with the Watermelon Tourmaline energy here with the gorgeous pink and green. It's lovely, beautiful heart colours as well. So very heart-centered people watching this pile for sure. Probably very psychic, very intuitive, very tuned into the heart and the heart chakra. So what we're going to do is we are going to ask spirit, so my spirit guides, your spirit guides. We're going to ask the universe, angels, archangels, beings of the highest order for messages for my pile 1s at this time. What do they most need to know? What's coming up for them? And what information do we have? So, okay. Number 12, Whispers. I like it. Always fun to see this card. And 42, Inward Revolution. And 19, Transformation. Oh, this is an interesting time. All right. Okay, pile one. Whispers on 12.3. Now, I feel like your spirit guides are trying to contact you at the moment, and you may well be aware of that. You may well be conversing with them on a regular basis, because it feels like your light body is very much expanding with the Merkaba at the top here of the sort of light pyramid we have, and the double helix of DNA showing that you've been having spiritual DNA upgrades at the moment. So this is a very spiritual group that I'm talking to here. Oh, wow. Yes, I feel like your life may not have been going very easily for the past 3 years, but it is with purpose because you are going through this transformation. Again, on this card, we've got the double helix of DNA showing up here as well. So that's very interesting that that should show up on 2 of the 3 cards that we have here. And I was guided to take 3 cards. I didn't know how many I was going to take. So it does feel like a technology upgrade. So you could literally be upgrading your actual technology, but also your spiritual technology is being updated, upgraded as well. So your spiritual abilities, psychic abilities, mediumship ability to speak to your guides, to heal yourself, to help heal others, you know, all of that good stuff, to communicate with animals as well. It's all coming through. It's all getting stronger, getting bigger, getting more noticeable. Obviously, it'll be different for everyone because we're all at different phases on different paths. And 19 transformation, yes, big shifts, big changes happening. And I feel like you guys are here on Earth at the moment to help transform the world. That is your job. That is your task. You are tasked with being the rule breakers, the cycle breakers, rule breakers in a good way, I want to say. You are the spiritual rebels, the spiritual anarchists coming in here, coming in to bring in the new divine blueprint, the new high level crystalline blueprint that we're all moving on to as we move into the higher dimensional energies as humanity evolves. Now, your evolution may not have been very easy of recent years. As I said, you may have had to go through a lot of shadow work, so you may have had a lot of you may have had to have counselling, dealing with trauma from your past in this lifetime, from previous lifetimes, ancestral karma to clear. You might be the cycle breaker in your family. Maybe you come from a family that's got some serious problems in it, you know, and you are the one who spoke up, who told the truth, who exposed those who harmed others. Let's just say it is going to be difficult. Oh, interesting, because I was going to say it's going to be different for everyone, but the word difficult came out. Yes, it is difficult work. And I think some acknowledgement is needed there. I think some acknowledgement is desired and appropriate. With inward revolution as well, we've got a number 42.6. So 42.6 is obviously the mirror of 24.6. It leads us back to the heart on number 6, the sacred chalice, the sacred heart. But 42 has different energy to 24. It gets us there, but it gets us there differently. And I feel like in some ways things had to go a bit back to front in your life. Maybe when you were a child, you didn't get to be carefree. Maybe you're just catching up with that now, or you're caught up with that later on in life. You had to be very sensible, perhaps, as a child, or some things were back to front in your life for some reason that couldn't be helped, or that were out of your control. So that is something just to be aware of in this group. It's a very beautiful group here. I want to say a lot of the people drawn to this group are probably very physically attractive or look after themselves and try very hard to look physically attractive as well. I feel like there's going to be some trans people are attracted to this group as well. That's a very specific message for somebody. Yeah. It's a very, very interesting energy here. So we're just going to find out what your guides want you to know moving forwards, because they are trying to talk to you. They're trying to get through the moment. That does feel very, very important. So let's see what else we've got coming through for my pile ones. Oops. Emerald tablet activation. Oh, I'm holding the deck upside down. See what I said? Topsy-turvy, back to front. I'm holding the deck upside down for you guys. Never happens. Right. Soul Star activation. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. Lots of activations going on here for you guys. Earth Star activation. Oh my goodness, you have been busy. Yeah, this is what I was saying. And look at the Merkaba showing up in each of the cards. It's like your whole energy body, your whole system, your physical body, your emotions, your brain, your mind, you know, everything is being upgraded, updated, activated at the moment. I think for many of you, you're in the, I want to say, on the cusp of fulfilling some soul contracts with some people. There could be a new soulmate relationship coming in. That doesn't have to be romantic. That can be platonic, you know, can be completely platonic, but could be a friendship, you know, can be a colleague. It can be romantic as well, or there can be romantic elements to it. Very often there are with soulmate relationships, but they don't have to be. Can be family members, but this is somebody new coming in. So either it's a long lost family member, you know, that could be the connection, because it feels like a new soulmate stepping into your life to help you to fulfill a soul contract. And this one says remembering who you are. This is very much reminding you. It's a higher level of remembering. That's what it is. A higher level of remembering who you are. Okay, because clearly you know who you are, or you wouldn't be here watching this video. All right, but this is a higher level of remembering exactly who you are. A new layer of discovery, a new layer of uncovering your gifts, your abilities, your strengths, okay, your true identity, if you like, you know, because we are spiritual beings, we are not human. But what does spiritual being mean? We can't quantify that. You know, we can say it, we can imagine what that means, but we don't actually know because we don't remember. So, you know, Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy, beautiful, gorgeous energy coming in here. Interesting that we've got a connection to Isis here, because I've got my new pyramid on the table today, which I got at a charity shop. This is onyx. Very reasonably priced because it's secondhand, of course, but it spoke to me and I had to bring it home. So this onyx is a very grounding stone. So very grounding, balancing energy for you guys. I feel like your guides, angels, helpers, God, Goddess, universe, you know, whoever you're working with at the moment. I feel some people will be working specifically with ascended masters. Jesus is always there, of course. I feel that there's some people very strongly working with him. Yes, but really anchoring those abilities, bringing them into the here and now. And you might really start to surprise yourself with things that you're able to do that you never thought you'd be able to do, like speaking in tongues, or what I would call speaking light language. That's a new thing coming through. There's a helicopter. I apologise if you could hear it. I got my window because it's really hot. Emerald tablet activation. Yes, I mean, the emerald tablet held all the secrets, didn't it? It was about manifesting. It was basically a guidebook that we've got very little evidence left of. We've got a little bit of it, haven't we? Cosmic ordering, divine alchemy. Yes, so it feels like your manifesting is about to sort of get an uptick. You'll find it easier to create things in the world, or it will feel more like you know what's going to happen before it happens, whereas you're actually manifesting it. Okay, so it's important to tell the difference. It's important to realise the difference. Actually, no, you manifested that. You didn't just know it was going to happen in advance. And of course, there's crossover between those two things, isn't there? Both things can be true. Very interesting group, this one. But yes, you could be experiencing, or you could have recently experienced physical symptoms, what I would call ascension symptoms, where you feel very tired, you get ringing in your ears, aches and pains, you know, what appears to be like a cold or flu, but suddenly goes away and doesn't have all of the right symptoms, or just some of them, you know, weird things like that, that we can't necessarily explain. Melancholy, depression may have been coming up as well, but it's coming up actually to be cleared and released at the moment, I've been told. So please don't worry if that's been happening to you. It could just be a last echo of some old stuff you've worked through. So of course, if you do need help, do go and seek it. But for some people, it will not be long lasting. It will just be an echo of something you've been through before. So, bubble power. My wishes float easily out into the world. So again, this is a card about manifesting, and it comes in on number 6, which is the number of the heart, the sacred chalice that we had earlier, which I mentioned. So it's very much creating from the heart. That's what you guys are doing at the moment, which is absolutely beautiful. The wishing tree, again, manifesting. My wishes grow big like a tree. Yes, they do, and they will continue to do so. And I feel like some of you guys watching are really, you're going to do some big things, some very big, exciting things. Some of you may already be celebrities or in the public arena. You know, you may be known. If you're not, that could be something that's coming in for you if you choose it. You don't have to, though, because it comes in on number 2. Which is about extremes and polarities. So you might choose the opposite polarity and go and be a hermit in the woods. And also with number 2 energy, it is the High Priestess in the tarot. So again, that's a very spiritual card, but it can also be very secretive. Okay, so you don't have to show your gifts off to everyone. You don't have to tell everyone about your manifesting ability. You don't have to tell everyone about what you've been doing, learning, wishing, wanting, hoping, working on, manifesting, healing. You don't have to tell anyone if you don't feel so inclined. But I do think it would be advantageous to go out into nature, particularly to spend time among trees, because they will know, they will sense it, and that can be very grounding and calming for you, just to sit in a wood or a forest, perhaps, if that's something that appeals to you. It does me, that's why I live in the New Forest. So, magic circle. Oh, wow. Magic starts with me. Yes, it really is. Oh, excuse me. My throat chakra is just acting up. Oh, I'm just going to have a sip of water. Sorry, I was just drinking water and choking myself. And I got the words, magical words spoken, spells broken. So it feels like any adverse magic that's been done against you, which might be why I'm choking. Let's just grab this turquoise to support me. I'm going to hold it in my hand for a bit till my throat chakra clears. It does feel like energy work. It's almost like curse breaking at the moment. And this could be for your ancestral line, not necessarily for you. Sometimes I do pick up on like evil eye or, bad thoughts, bad juju being sent in someone's direction, or actual curses, spell work being done against people. So that is possible, but don't be scared. There are missteps you can take. You're all right. But it could be generational curses, ancestral curses that you're clearing at the moment for yourself, your family, for the wider community that you live in, for example. But it does feel like magical working coming in very, very strongly here. So if that is something that you do or that you're very drawn to, that could be a nudge for you to do more, to learn about it, learn how to do it properly, for example. Or just to trust that, that you have this ability. If you want it, it is here for you to work with if you so choose. And it is on a number 1, so it is a card all about new beginnings. New beginnings, but also perhaps a solitary occupation. So it could be something that you do very quietly on your own without involving other people. You might consider yourself a solitary witch, for example. That's how lots of us start. Yeah, my voice is coming back now. That's good. Thank you. Okay, where are we going next? Right, I'm just going to shuffle these off camera because not all of these pictures are YouTube friendly. All right, what other messages do we have for my pile ones? Ooh, okay. Oh, I love this. Number 41, I am evolving as a soul when I am aware of my soul's journey. 11, I am the master of my mind. Yes, you are. Oh, I've got 2 there. I was expecting to take 1, but we've got 2. 17, my thoughts are empowering and loving. And an extra card, in prayer, I commune with the universe as my dearest friend, on number 44. I like that. I like that numerology a lot. Okay, 44 is literally bringing things into manifestation, into physical form, and keeping them there as well. 44, 8. So very powerful. So this is the ability right now to manifest with the universe, to be the master of your mind, your thoughts. If you're struggling with negative thoughts, unhappy thoughts, and it's something that I've been aware of at the moment, just because I'm in a country where there's a lot of unrest at the moment. Yes, I am picking up on a lot of negative thought patterns from different people. And I have to remember that they're not mine. And I have to distance myself from them because it's very easy to identify with them if you're not careful. So this is a good book to read, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you haven't read it, I strongly recommend this one. I've been recommending this one a lot recently, so it must be relevant to the wider spiritual community right now. 41, 5, 11, 2, 17, 8, 44, 8. Okay, yeah, a couple of 8s coming through there. Longevity, higher mind, yeah. Also, I'm drawn to Medusa with this one. I know she's not Medusa, and she has 2 snakes, which are obviously the light and the dark, representing the duality of this reality that we live in. And yes, that life is easier when we're aware of our soul's journey. It's also more effing annoying sometimes. Because like, oh, for God's sake, really? Seriously? Oh, for what, this lesson? Or after a lesson, you're like, oh, I can't believe I had to go through that. It was a sodding spiritual lesson. Oh, great, thanks for that. Doesn't make it any easier, does it, sometimes? The nice ones are good. It's just the difficult lessons. I don't appreciate those. I don't think we're expected to like them. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Oh dear, it's like a friend of mine who's a personal trainer says, if you don't hate your personal trainer most of the time, they're not very good and you need to get a new one. Right, so the black snake and the white snake. I really like the energy of duality coming through here. And it is an issue actually right now. In many countries around the world, duality is being highlighted to us. Separates, opposites, different factions fighting each other in various guises. And that is number 2 energy. And it is because we're in the second millennium. We're in the second decade of the second millennium. So we shouldn't be surprised. I've talked about this a lot in previous videos on my other channel, Enjoying Solistics. We are smack bang in number 2 energy, and we are exploring polarity and extremes. So it is to be expected, but our job in this is not to try and destroy the other extreme. It's to find the balance, which is in the middle, which is the truth. But also to understand the truth when you're standing at one of the ends. But with this one, I actually, I had an eye test today. I went to the opticians, and the girl who served me actually had a tattoo of Medusa. And I spotted it and I said, oh, is that Medusa? And she was really pleased because she loves that. She said it's her favourite tattoo, and most people don't realise who she is. But Medusa was actually a very beautiful woman. She's a very misunderstood figure in Greek mythology because she was very beautiful and she was wronged by one of the gods who cursed her. So she wasn't like this evil baddie who just came out of nowhere and was just a random monster. Her backstory is actually very tragic. So I feel like one of the challenges is to try and understand other people, where they're coming from, and get a greater understanding of the world around us, and to help other people to understand it in bigger, wider terms, getting the full picture rather than just the little bit that they're looking at that point. Because the little bit they're looking at might make them very upset, and they may have some very legitimate concerns about that little piece, but they have to see the bigger picture. So I feel like my Power Ones, part of your lesson, part of your task, I feel right now, is to help other people to understand the wider spiritual truths of what's going on at the moment, and perhaps to provide some guidance to people as to how to act in those situations, to act rather than to react, and let the reactionary ego mind pull us in a darker direction, shall we say. Yeah. And that could be anyone, you know, with any kind of opinion. Okay, I definitely don't take sides politically. I absolutely don't. I'm an anarchist. I want nothing to do with politicians. But, you know, if you ask me, government is the root of all problems, which is, you know, objectively true. So very interesting time for you guys at the moment. Very powerful time. It may be a little bit dark as well, because some of our cards at the beginning were very dark. Some of these ones were quite dark as well. So you may be experiencing light and shadow. You may be going through some dark, more difficult experiences yourself, which are all helping you to grow, helping you to evolve at this time. So don't worry if you find yourself, you know, having you know, less of an easy time of it. I'm not going to say, okay, that sounded flippant. I didn't mean it to. It won't always be like that. Okay, it could just be that your spirit guides, your spirit team are trying to show you some darker aspects of the world so that you can understand them on a deeper level, so that you can make sense of them. Okay, certainly for some people that's going to be the case. So don't despair, even if things don't seem to be perfect, even if they're very difficult around you at the moment. Okay, and that's not to say you should stay in difficult situations either. All right, if you're in any kind of abusive situation, of course you should get out. You know, I would always support anyone trying to leave any difficult or abusive situation. So never stay and use spiritual bypassing as an excuse. Okay, that again is very dangerous, but that comes from the mind, comes from the ego mind, not from the higher mind. So, where are we going next, guys? Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Interesting. They told me to get out some angel cards. I had no idea that was going to happen. All right, let's have a look then. Let's take a little look. I'll be a bit careful because I think there's some cherubs that don't have many clothes on these, so I'm going to draw them off camera. Okay, let's get some messages, some advice from my Power Ones. Oh yes, I definitely need some shells on this one. All right, I can't show you the cute little cherubs because they are not properly dressed. Okay, playfulness. Lovely. Enchantment. Gorgeous. And study. Yes, it is a time of spiritual learning and study at the moment. And that could be literal. I mean, it could be that, you know, you are actually studying something, or you're drawn to study a spiritual subject, to study Reiki, to study mediumship, magic, high, lower magics, you know, tarot, reading oracle cards, you know, whatever it is that you're drawn to at the moment. Any sort of holistic therapy, holistic well-being, or just philosophy, you know, it could just be that. Enchantment, yes, this is quite a magical time in your life. Like I was saying, your manifesting abilities are probably very potent at the moment. You've probably got new abilities coming out of your ear holes at the moment. So that could be quite fun to play with. And again, the playfulness, keep it light, play with the new abilities as they come through. Don't be afraid of them. Don't take it all too seriously and make it all dark. It's not supposed to be. We're not in that energy anymore. You know, I mean, might be a good idea for you actually to get some watermelon tourmaline. That could be a very powerful crystal for you to work with at the moment. I think that would be very uplifting, and it will help to keep things on a much higher vibration for you. So, all right, where are we finishing with this one? Okay, we're getting some pushins. Some pushins, Helen, what are you talking about? There are no pushin oracle cards. Well, you say that, but I took some cards and put some pushin stickers on them, so now there are. That's the only one that's not pushin. All the others are. Okay, that's the random not pushing. Let's get some pushings. Okay, we're going to be playful. We're going to do as our guides say. We're going to have a bit of fun with this. Pushing with the scarf on. Pushing with donuts. I'm not sure what that one's supposed to be. I think it's like an alien pushing, that one. Don't know. So there could be a lot of Aquarius people watching, or people with Aquarius in the chart watching this one. And on the bottom we have a little dragon sheen. Okay, so the dragon energy coming through quite strongly here, which is appropriate because we are Cosmic Dragon Tarot here. The scarf, donuts. I feel there could be some changes coming in for you in the autumn winter time. When the weather does change, I think there'll be a time of actually looking backwards, looking back at your life, and understanding things a little better, things perhaps falling into place if it's been a little bit turbulent or difficult recently. With the donuts. That is a reminder to have fun, of course. But also with donuts, I want to say, remember to choose what it is you actually want, not just to have what it is you think you're supposed to have or think you can get. All right. Practice asking for what you actually want, not what you think you can get, or you think you should have, or you think you deserve. All right, ask for what you actually want. And that could involve actually some inner child work to find out what it is that you want, to help your inner child to feel safe enough to actually think about what they want, and to not, you know, back you into a corner and say, no, just ask for the cheap thing. Okay. I love the dragon energy coming through here. Dragons could definitely be waiting to work with you at the moment if they don't already. Very drawn to crystal dragons for this pile. So, this one's very original and different, isn't it? And there could be messages coming through here from the star nations, from beings from off-world, yeah, from other planets. I feel a lot of people receiving communication from other beings in different dimensions, different times and different places. So, what a gorgeous reading, pile one. Some strange noises happening outside my window now. All right, okay, so we're going to end there. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Feel free to watch another pile if another one resonates. But in the meantime, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello to my pile twos and welcome to your reading. You chose the turquoise crystal card, and this is your piece of tiger's eye. Look at that one. Very dark and mysterious, this one. Also a little bit battered, not as shiny as some of the others. And you chose turquoise on number 57. So, $57, 12, 3. I can count. Do you see me counting on my fingers then? I do actually know that. I don't know why I doubt myself. Right. There could be some self-doubt coming through because I just had a real moment of self-doubt really strongly then. But the irony is, as I was taking your card, I also got a very brash energy, like a fire sign energy, like an Aries Leo kind of energy. But it seems to be accompanied by a lack of faith in self. So, I mean, I do know that some people, hi fire signs if you're watching, hi. Some people who are fire signs that I know, they act very brash and loud and confident, but they're actually not. Very, very often some of them are hiding a lack of self-confidence in some way, shape or form. So, yeah. So let's be a bit gentle. Turquoise, you've picked turquoise, which is a very protective stone. It's also the stone that harmonises and balances the throat chakra. So communication could be an issue for you at the moment. It could also speak to you communicating very strongly with your guides or desperately needing to listen to your guides at the moment. Aries, I'm talking to you. Not the first time I've had to say that. Okay, I'm going to bring in my big chunk of turquoise here as well. And we're going to bring in this lovely piece of blue resin. Isn't that gorgeous? Because that's a lovely colour to harmonise with that chakra as well. We've got our blue aqua aura pieces over here. And our blue gem is very much highlighting, catching the light there. Isn't that lovely? Okay, let's put this over here. Let's get some messages for my pile twos. Okay, so as I said for pile one, we're asking your spirit guides, my spirit guides, your spirit team, ancestors, angels, you know, God, goddess, whomever you work with, ascended masters, for messages right now. What do you need to know? What would they like to say to you? Soul writing on 20. Visualize on 17. Wellness on 24. Okay, interesting. Now the number 42 jumped out very much on pile 1, so there could be a connection to pile 1, or pile 1 could even represent your partner or other half at the moment, or a soulmate. That's an interesting one. 13, insight. And remember, soulmates don't have to be romantic, they can be platonic. That's very curious. Okay. And 13, insight. Yes, very insightful time for you at the moment, my pile twos. Okay. Let's take a look here. So very grounded shell happening here, but a lot going on the inside. So I do feel like you're hiding a lot from the outer world, maybe even trying to hide some things to your spirit team, which is never going to work because they'll know. Maybe you've been disagreeing with them. The bottom of the deck, I've actually got alignment on number 14 as well, so there is a nudge to get back into balance here, very much so. 24, wellness. 24, 6. Sword of truth. It could be time to do some tie cutting because we have this other card with the same sword. This is actually, I think it's the same sword. It's got 2 hearts on it, or it's more or less similar. But it's about cutting to the heart of the matter, cutting to the truth of the matter. Yes, and that could be where the communication is lacking at the moment. Perhaps you're not speaking. Oh, there goes my throat chakra. Excuse me. Yep, my throat just got blocked as I said that. There's our confirmation. I'm just going to have some water. Okay. Yes, are you not speaking your truth, pile 2? Or where are you not speaking your truth? Or where are you not speaking your whole truth? Or where are you not being heard or listened to? Okay. The throat chakra can suffer very badly when we're not being listened to, when our views are not taken into account, where we feel unheard, unseen. Yeah. And I want to go to ears as well as throat with this one because they are all connected to the throat chakra. Your ears are also connected to the throat chakra. So you may have had problems with ear blockages or ringing in your ears, tinnitus, such like. Maybe you need to do an ear candling or something, you know, or going to have your ears syringed. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not giving medical advice. You must find out for yourself from a appropriately qualified person if that's what you think you need. However, for some people that could be the case, could be something to ask your doctor about, look into. Yes, wellness is highlighted, but I feel the wellness is coming from not being able to build at the moment, because 24/6 is the master builder number. It's a wonderful number for manifesting, and we're in a 24 year at the moment. We're in 2024, so it carries that energy of manifesting for the future. And I feel it's going to be very important for some of you guys watching to actually cut some ties, cut some negative energetic ties. So if you need help with that, I do have a meditation on my other channel, Angel Wings Holistics, which is cutting the ties with Archangel Michael. You can also download it from my website for like 99p or something, which will help you with that if you don't know where to start. There are, of course, other videos that do that on YouTube. I can't vouch for them. I'm sure they're great, but it is something that you can do on your own as well. You can just meditate, call in Archangel Michael and ask him to help cut any negative ties that you need to let go of. And that could be people, places, things, history, curses, you know, ancestral karma, things that you're cutting ties with. For the most part, it is people. People who drain us, who hang on to our energy, hang on to our shirt tails. Yeah, I feel there could be a lot of that around you to actually cut ties with. And that's not something to be afraid of or worried about, okay? Very often these people aren't doing it on purpose. They could be literally hangers-on in your life, or they could be people from your past who won't energetically let you go, okay? There's not necessarily any malice behind any of that. It is part of spiritual hygiene, shall we say, just like having a shower to cut negative energy ties. It's just something that we should be doing, you know, as and when we need to. So nothing to be scared of. 20, soul writing. So I do feel like some of you should actually be doing automatic writing. And I don't want to say should, but that was the word they gave me. So automatic writing could be something that you're very good at, something you already do, or maybe you are an author, a blogger, somebody whose words need to be out there. And of course, if you are somebody who works with words or who has a lot of words to share with people, a lot of sounds, energy to share with people, a throat chakra blockage is going to be absolutely disastrous. You could have writer's block. You know, your blog or your work might not be successful if you've got a blockage on the turquoise chakra. The turquoise chakra, I can't believe I said that, but that's the words they gave me. Okay, so actually wearing turquoise as a necklace, for example, could be very helpful for you at the moment, or carrying a piece around in your pocket, keeping it in your energy, keeping it around you, put a piece next to the bed, you know, or even drinking out of a turquoise coloured glass. Okay, here's another little shortcut you can do if you don't have access to crystals. Buy a glue, don't buy a glue, buy a blue coloured glass tumbler, mug for drinking out of, cup. You can definitely get those, and that would help your throat chakra enormously. Just switch your coffee cup to a turquoise blue one. Okay, that's a little shortcut there that you can use. Or you could get a picture or a card like this one, or a picture of it, and you can actually just put your glass of water on top of it, so it infuses it with the energy of that crystal. Okay, so another little shortcut there. You don't always have to buy the crystal. There's plenty of shortcuts. Okay. So 17, visualize. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to get clear on what it is you want, and that is a connection to pile 1 there as well, because I did say that to them, but it's different for you guys to get clear on what it is that you want, because oh, no, I'm yawning. There's some energy shifting here. Oh, there are some things that do not want to be said. There are some things that don't want to be said. Some things have been kept under wraps for a long time, and it's like your energy is trying to put me to sleep now, so I don't say them. Okay, that's just what's happening energetically. It's like I feel a lot of resistance coming from some of the people watching my pile too, and there's no shade, okay, no judgment here. It's just an observation. So it does feel like, oh, I'm going to yawn again. This is insane. I'm going to have to pause. And I didn't feel tired at all until I started looking at this card and this energy. Wow, what are you avoiding is what I want to say. What are you avoiding saying? Who are you avoiding being? What are you avoiding doing that you should be doing, being, saying, embodying, living? And I think you already know with the insight card here. I feel like your guides have probably been yelling at you for a long time, screaming for some of you. Some deep spiritual changes are needed in your life. Okay, and that could tie in with the tie cutting as well, of course. So I'm going to move on because this energy is making me really sleepy, and it's almost like there's a part of you that really doesn't want to hear what the words are. So I'm going to leave it there, and that's for you to discover in your own meditation. So again, nothing to be worried about, nothing to be scared of. It's just sometimes we bury things that we'd rather not look at. Sometimes we have to work through them, you know, like with a counsellor or something. So there could be some stuff to work through there. Oh wow, I just had to pause and yawn again. That was insane. Okay. All right, you can have the sleepy energy back. Gaia Gateway activation, lovely. The central sun. Well, of course, hello Leo. Hello fire signs again. Anunnaki light codes, yes. So Gaia Gateway activation says learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. Yes, I do feel like a lot of you watching are very dynamic in the world, but also very grounded. So we could have some people with Taurus and earth signs in their chart watching here as well. I mean, obviously we're going to have all signs watching, but these are coming out quite strongly to me. The central sun, abundance downloads, regeneration and success. I keep having to pause to yawn, so maybe you guys are sleep deprived and you actually literally need to sleep. Can you take that away now, please, guys? I have to say the right thing before they take the symptom away from me. Okay, my guides will give me whatever sensation, symptom, feeling, words that I need to get across. And if I don't say it correctly, they don't take it away. Once I do, it's gone. Okay, that's how it works sometimes. How it works for me. Tell me if that's how it works for you as well. Okay, the central sun, abundance downloads. Yes, there's a lot coming through at the moment. There's a lot coming through the sun. So the sun in particular, your sun sign in particular, is very much highlighted at the moment. There is a connection, of course, there to ancient Egypt with the scarab and to off-world beings with the scarab and the Anunnaki light codes. There's a lot of information coming in here for you guys. You may have been resisting ending a cycle in your lives. Maybe it's an out-of-date relationship that you need to leave. Maybe it's a job that you need to stop. Maybe it's a course of study that just isn't working, doesn't chime with you, but you're scared to stop and speak up and say, actually, Mum and Dad, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be an artist. And that could be very difficult to subvert people's expectations, to let people down, although you're not really letting them down. It's your life, your choice at the end of the day, so you're not really letting them down, but they may feel disappointed if they had certain expectations of you. And it may be the time right now, my Partu, to disappoint some people. That could be the most healthiest course of action for you, could be disappointing someone. All right? Putting yourself first, putting your needs first, speaking up, finding your voice on something that you've kept very quiet. Okay. So, yeah, earth intelligence. I'm loving this one. Strong connection to the earth, and also to off-world beings. This is gorgeous. Oh no. Okay, I still didn't say the right thing about yawning. There's something I've missed. I'll try and find out what it is. Oh, come on, Helen. You can do this. Maybe it's just the fatigue I'm picking up from you guys from having to feel a bit beaten down for so long. Some of you are certainly going to feel repressed, oppressed, like your opinions aren't heard. Maybe it's just been a general theme in your life for some time now. Because there's definitely something needs to end with this card here. End of a cycle, new information, energetic shift. It needs to happen. Number 13, insight. 13 in tarot is the death card, which is about endings and new beginnings. You can't have the new beginning until you end something. Empty your bowl of yesterday's rice. Okay? You don't want to have yesterday's manky leftover rice in your bowl if you're going to try and put fresh rice in there, because you'll get sick. All right? You have to get rid of something to bring something in. I feel that's a very strong message for some people watching. So obviously apply it to your life as it relates to you. This is a group reading, so not every message may apply to you. Okay. All right. Freeze it. For some reason, I just had the Michael Jackson song Beat It in my head, which I'm not going to sing, but I am going to share that with you. I freeze what I no longer want. I think that is reference to an actual spell where you write something down on a piece of paper and you literally put it in your freezer. It's not a spell I use, but it is one that exists. Be an animal. Look at this lovely lion. Hello, Leo. Hello, Leo's watching. And the crown. I am a good leader. Again, hello, Leo and Aries. Ah, such a cheeky energy. Okay. Yeah, there is a reminder that you are good at making choices for yourself. You actually are good at making choices and decisions for yourself. So if you've not been doing that, or if you've been deferring to somebody else's judgment, possibly against your better judgment, you might want to look at that at the moment. Straighten that crown, please. Straighten that crown. All right. Every day is a tiara day. Be an animal. I love this one. It is very much about getting back into contact with nature, with your animal nature. This could be a special message for the Leos here as well, to get outside and commune with nature. But there could be, for some people who are more advanced in like meditation, it could be a reference to shape-shifting, to animal spirit guides, for example. There could be some messages coming through quite strongly there. Take that if it resonates for you. But yes, certainly there's a strong message of letting go of things. And I said it's interesting that it came on top of the tie cutting card that I was talking about earlier. Things that you don't want anymore, get rid of them. It's okay to empty the rubbish bin. Okay? It's all right. You're allowed to put the bin bags out on the side of the road for the bin man to come and get. All right? You don't have to hold on to everything. Throw it away. Get rid of it. And this could be literally a message about decluttering for somebody. Okay? Things need to go. Things need to change. So that you can have what it is that you want. You can be the leader that you know you should be. The leader of your own life. The main character in your life. I feel a lot of people watching are not even acting like they're the main character in their life at the moment. They're doing everything for somebody else, for other people. And that may not be the best course of action. There's a little nudge here to just readjust your sights. Okay, so what else have we got from our part twos? Temple of Truth, throat chakra. You couldn't make this. I love it when this happens. Throat chakra. Okay. I literally just shuffled these and pulled this out completely blind. I love it when my guides do that and give you that kind of level of confirmation. They're so cheeky. Okay. Memories of Atlantis. Gorgeous. Soul Star activation. Yeah, we had that in pile 1 as well. So again, for some people, there's a connection to pile 1. On the bottom, ancestral realm, karmic release. Yes, healing the lineage, boundaries. Boundaries, I feel, could be a very important message for somebody here. You may need to draw some boundaries with an ex or with family members or an ex-boss or something like that, who haven't been allowing you to speak up for yourself, or when you do, poo-poo you. Temple of Truth. Yes, it is very much time for some truths to come out. And you could be the truth teller in your family. You could be the scapegoat in your family. You know, you could be the one that actually points out what's going on to other people. You could be the sensible one at your place of work. The pragmatic one who goes, actually, I think you're fine. So buy into that. Own that ability. Own that gift. Yes, okay, the truth teller may not be very popular. Okay, it can be scary to point out that the emperor has no clothes on when you're the only one doing it. But you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the truth. Okay. Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. Wow, very exciting. Yes. Very, very exciting spiritual advancement coming in for you. So I feel this is another reason as well to remove any blockages to the throat chakra if there are any at the moment. And you may not even be aware of them. It might just be worth doing a bit of spiritual hygiene around the throat chakra, doing some work around the throat chakra. You know, it could be crystal healing. Could just lie down and put a nice piece of this like very gently on your throat or hold it up to the throat, you know, wear a necklace, a bit of turquoise, for example, or Larimar. Actually, Larimar could be an important stone because that is a stone connected to Atlantis. It's a form of turquoise which is only found in Dominican Republic. It is connected to Atlantis, so that could be a stone that connects for you. And Soul Star activation, fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. Yes, I feel like you're kind of done with your current soul contracts. Not necessarily all of them, but there are certainly some that need to finish, need to end, so that you can move on to the next ones. And that is important. And yes, of course, there is always a period of retrospection, of looking at the past. And I'm actually filming this during Mercury retrograde. So if you're watching when I've just uploaded it, it's the ideal time to do some retrospection, introspection, looking at your past, looking at what you've been through, reviewing the past, reviewing your life, I suppose, how it's gone and what you'd actually like to do with it next. So that's a very powerful time for you there. Gorgeous. These cards. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these off camera because not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly and I have to check them before I put them down. See if they need a shell for censorship. I've got lots of shells out here. I use them to censor the cards. Okay. Oh, I am going to cover this one up, which seems silly because it's just a baby, but YouTube. So there's actually a woman on here breastfeeding a naked baby, and you can see the baby's butt. So we're going to cover up the little baby's bum. I listen to the voice of my body. It lets me know exactly what I need on number 5. My body knows how to self-heal on number 9. Gorgeous. My mind is clear as a still lake on 12. Yes, there's a real message of getting clarity. Oh, here we go. On the bottom of the deck, number 40. I release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. Yes, very important message for you guys right now. Let go of what is blocking you energetically. Could be blocking your manifestation, blocking many things in your life. Yes, the message is to take control, to help your mind to be clear, to help your mind... I wanted to say to be crystal then. There's actual crystals around the lake on this picture as well. My body knows how to self-heal. I feel like it would be really helpful to take some time out if you can, even if it's just for an hour in the evening after work or something, but take some time away from screens, from distractions, from YouTube, from social media, from people, from books, from magazines, from the TV, just to meditate. Maybe aim to meditate every day if you don't already. And if you do, maybe try to meditate more. That could be a message. Obviously, I'll leave that up to your judgment, what you feel is right for you. But I'm getting a little nudge here. And this came to me earlier when I was outside sunbathing this afternoon. My guides put the idea in my head of the message of... Some people like to meditate in the morning. That's never really worked for me. I'm not a morning person. If you make me meditate in the morning, I'll fall asleep. I'll go back to bed. It's a waste of time. That is not the point of meditation. Falling asleep is not the point. Just seen 51:15 on the clock. So gorgeous numerology there. 51:6 and 15:6. Yes, maybe when you get home from work, just take an hour or take however long you've got or you want to meditate. Could be 10 minutes. Little nudge to meditate. Get in contact with your guides because it does feel like they've got a lot to say to you, a lot they want to communicate as well, because it could be that the communication from them is blocked at the moment if you have a throat chakra blockage, so you might not be hearing them quite right either. Okay. Or your body may not be able to communicate with you, because the affirmation on this card is, I listen to the voice of my body. Are you not listening to it right now? My body knows how to self-heal. What am I not listening to? Is my body saying, please, can we have a glass of water? And instead you're giving it a glass of wine. Okay. Obviously it'd be different for everybody, but there's a little nudge there to pay attention to your body's voice, to what it's trying to tell you, to what it's trying to activate within you as well. So, okay. So we're just going to get some of these. Oops, get some angel cards. Again, I'm going to shuffle them off camera because not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly for some reason. Okay, got some cherubs. Naked cherubs. Oh no, shock horror. Alright, oops. Oh, 2 have jumped out. Okay, well, we're going to take those. This is interesting. Okay. Manifestation. Let me move the shell that's under there. Manifestation. This one needs a shell. Body care. What was I just saying? And that's on top of the caring about your body card as well. So the body is definitely asking for a bit of attention here. Oh, that's to come out. Okay. Oh, guys, why can't you be wearing clothes? Okay, right. I need a big one for this. There we go. Got some... Oh, come on, that's not big enough. Got naked cherubs on this card. Whoa. Let's try that. There we go. How's that? You can't see it, but it says friendship and there's naked cherubs sat on there. Okay, let's put these back. Making a mess now on my desk. Goodness me. Deary me. Right. Okay, manifestation, body care, friendship. Yeah, I think it could be about being a friend to yourself. There could be some friends who are not very good friends. They might be frenemies. They might be very controlling. They may tell you they have the best intentions. They're trying to help you, and actually they don't really help. They kind of force you to bend to their whim. They could be a bit narcissistic, a bit selfish, so I feel like there could be some friends that aren't really friends. Okay, obviously that's not the case for everybody, but that is a strong message for somebody here. Body care, yes, I do feel your physical body is asking for a bit more attention, a bit more care at the moment. How can you do that? What small step can you take today to help and support your body? Okay, and manifestation. No, interesting. I'm just going to go clarifier. Ah, yes, spiritual growth. Yeah, it does feel like you've been asking for spiritual growth, asking perhaps for an increase in your psychic ability. And I feel like the message is, yes, you can have it, but you've got to listen to us. It's like your guide saying, yes, of course you can have that, but you've got to listen to us. You don't just start driving the car without the driving instructor telling you what to do. Otherwise, he'll keep his foot on the brake and you won't be able to move. I'm talking about cars that have dual controls, of course. So that's quite important right now. Yes, there is a huge amount of spiritual growth that wants to happen for you and could well be happening on many levels, but you may be missing out on some of the stuff that you want, or that you've asked your guides for, or it could be manifestation in your life that you've asked for and you're not getting at the moment. And it could just be that you're not listening to your guides, not communicating what it is that you want, so it can't come into being right now. So there could be, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone, of course. We're all individuals, so that's quite a strong message coming through there. I actually want to do astrology dice now. I hope that's okay. Oh, sorry, bashing the camera. That's what I'm drawn to do now, just to get a bit more confirmation for you guys watching and to get some themes here as well. All right, so these could be one of your big three, so your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant. Could be an important sign in your chart, in your synastry with somebody in your life, or it could just be a theme. So let's just take a look. So we've got Libra energy, Cancer energy, Gemini energy, and Taurus energy here as well. So there we go. Just a little message for someone here. All right, and we're going to finish off with some Pusheen Oracle cards. And as I said to pile one, Pusheen Oracle cards, there's no such thing. Well, there wasn't until I got some stickers and a pack of cards. So there we go. Let's get some Pusheens. All right. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, big donut. Pusheen with a big donut. Oh, there's pink sheen. And Pip with watermelon. That could actually be a message that there are messages for you in number one, because number one's card was watermelon tourmaline. So there could be a connection there. Can't speak. Pile one also had donuts on their Pusheen card. It was a slightly different one, but again, there could be some messages for you in pile one if that resonates. So yes, asking for what it is you actually want, being different, because Pip is actually Pusheen's little brother. All right, he's the baby of the family. He's the little brother who gets into trouble, makes all kinds of problems. It's very funny, very cute. So it could be the moment to be a problem. So I can't believe I'm saying this, pile two, but it might be a moment to actually be a problem. It might be the moment. That might be something you've never done before. I love it. Okay. Oh, there's a funny little alien sheen. We had that one in pile one as well. Be original, be different, stand out. It's okay. It's okay to be you, is what I want to say for you guys. Okay, that's all I have for you, my pile twos. I hope that was helpful. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Please take very, very good care of yourselves. Watch another pile or two if anything resonates. And I will see you very soon. Take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, my pile threes. This is your reading. You chose the Tiger's Eye card, and this is your piece of Tiger's Eye crystal. So you've got double Tiger's Eye. So I feel like we're going to be working very much with the solar plexus chakra today. Also pulling through ancient knowledge, I feel, as well, from the Pleiadians, the Syrians here. Possible connection to Egypt as well. Interesting, this piece is kind of triangle shaped as well. A bit like the pyramid. So, and as I mentioned in the intro, I have my new onyx pyramid here on the table. So let's see what messages we have for my pile threes, what it is you need to know, what messages your guides have for you. All right, Tiger's Eye on 5611-2, wisdom incoming. Okay, wisdom incoming, get ready to build the temple. All right. 42, inward revolution. We had this in pile 1, there could be a connection. Number 1, soul name. Wow, pillars of the temple. There they are. And 27, joy. Oh, I like that. That's nice. And create space, like I just did on my desk. Create space. All right. Okay. Okay, I kind of want to take a deep breath for you guys. I kind of want to go, let's all just take a deep breath together. Let's all calm down for a moment. It feels like things could have been quite stressful for you, my pile threes. Obviously, this is a group reading. You take the elements that make sense to you, leave the ones that don't. It does feel like you could be changing, but the people around you are not, or you might have already changed, grown spiritually. My eyes are closing as I'm starting to say this, so I feel like my guides are going to want to channel quite a lot in your group, which didn't happen for the other two. Soul name. You may have even received a new name, or you may have moved somewhere where you have a new name. I know in some cultures, like if you're Chinese, for example, they'll go to another country and just adopt a name from that country, and that, you know, that seems normal to them, which is fine. I know there are some cultures, aren't there, where you change your name at different stages in your life because it's meaningful, or you may have been given some sort of spiritual name. That does seem very important here, the soul name, and this lovely 2 pillars, the pillars of the temple, the entrance to the temple. It feels like big changes happening for you, and it's impacting on the solar plexus chakra. So I feel like there is some old stuff to get rid of, energetically, emotionally speaking. So it may be a time where perhaps you've been receiving counselling, guidance, mentoring, life coaching, business coaching. It feels like assistance and guidance and support is very much needed for you guys. My eyes are closed as I'm saying this. You can't see me because obviously I'm behind the camera and I have no makeup on, so there's no way you're going to see me. Not looking like this. But I can't seem to reopen them, so I'm just going to go with it. So, yes, it is a time of expansion, which is why we've got the Create Space card here, but it should be joyful. There's a reminder it's okay, it will be joyful, even if things have been difficult, even if they've been hard. And the solar plexus is one of those places in the energetic body where we do use it a bit like a rubbish bin, like a garbage pail. Yeah, a dustbin, a dumpster. All right, so take a little look at your solar plexus chakra. It may need some healing, may need some clearing, various different ways to do it. I'm going to bring in my septarian heart to help with that. Just bring in that energy here. Yeah, what have you been storing there that needs to be got rid of? What have you been holding on to? What old thought patterns, old emotions, old pain have you been holding on to that could really just be let go now so that you can feel lighter, more joyful? I feel for some people there's guilt that you're holding on to, guilt, feeling bad that you did something or didn't do something, and it feels like it's not really warranted, or it's past its sell-by date. You don't need to be holding on to it this long, or if at all, you know. The inward revolution to me is definitely about turning inwards and doing work on the inner self at the moment. That seems to be a very strong theme, very important theme, to enable you to move on spiritually and physically in many tangible ways in your life. But the reminder that the joy is there in your present, the joy is there in your future. Look for it. It will come to you on 27/9. Manifest the joy. Find the things to feel happy and joyful about. Don't live in guilt. Don't live in resentment. Don't live in fear, if you can try to do that. And I know that's easier said than done, and circumstances can always be difficult. Of course, I know that. But a lot of the time they're not that difficult, and we still live in fear anyway, or we live in guilt or doubt, or resentment is a bad one as well. And that could be very much holding you back from what should be a very powerful time in your life, or what could be a wonderful time in your life moving forwards. Okay. And that's not to bash anyone here. That is not my intention. Just to show you what I'm seeing in the group's energy here. So take from it what makes sense for you, what's meaningful for you. And remember, these are just messages from Spirit. Okay, so it's just their kind of high-level view with some suggestions of how you can make your life better. Oh, we're going in a different direction. All right, I'm just being guided to get a different tarot deck. I haven't used tarot for any of my readings so far. Pile 1 and 2 we didn't get any tarot at all, and suddenly I'm being told to get some out. I was told this one was going to be different to the other two. You guys are different. You've got the Midnight Magic Tarot, which is all mushrooms. Love these. I'm kind of obsessed with them right now, not gonna lie. I'm all about mushrooms, all about the shrooms. I don't take shrooms. That's not a thing I do. I eat like normal edible mushrooms. Although to be fair, every mushroom is edible once. To quote Terry Pratchett. You can eat anyone once. Okay. All right. Oh, it's going to be one of those piles, isn't it? Pile 3. Oh, what do you like? Okay. Okay. The Magician on number 1. I love it. The Fool on 0. Death on 13. 9 of Wands. Justice. 2 of Swords. Okay, 4 out of 6 are major arcanas. There's some very big, heavy duty energy coming through here. Some very big themes coming through from your spirit guides. So clearly there's some important matters they would like to speak to you about at this time. Some very important matters about change, self-empowerment, and doing the right thing, but making choices not from fear, not from holding back. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords, which I'm going to bring in as well. So yeah, I mean, with the 9 of Wands and the 4 of Swords, this could definitely indicate exhaustion. All right, so it feels to me like your spirit guides want to acknowledge if you're really tired, like seriously. Yes, I feel a lot of exhaustion coming from this group. A desire to have new beginnings, a desire to take the leap of faith, and to believe that the universe or your guides have your back. But it's not that easy. There are choices to be made here, and there are other people to be taken into account, and that's probably why it's so difficult for your poor old solar plexus chakra at the moment. That's hard on your solar plexus. Okay, I can see that. You are more empowered than perhaps you realise at the moment, though. And I want to add these two together because we've got a 9 here, and then we've got 1, and that takes us to 10. And there's the new cycle. So the 9 of Wands plus the Magician, we've got a 10. Okay, and at 10 we can start a new cycle. And the Magician does have a wand in the traditional deck, doesn't he? So it could also indicate the 10 of Wands, which is where we get so exhausted and so pissed off with whatever we're dealing with that we just give up. I often describe the energy of the 10 of Wands in a more humorous manner. My cat's had enough right now. He's howling at the door, wants to be let in. He had a bit of an accident earlier when I was setting up. He came in here, tried to jump on my other desk, pulled a load of things down as he fell. I tried to grab him. I did break his fall. He didn't hurt himself. He just got freaked out because he pulled a lot of very heavy glass objects down, and it made a lot of noise. It just scared him. Nothing broke. It just scared him a bit, so he went and sulked after that. Felt a bit sorry for himself. I felt bad for him actually because he looked so sorry for himself. King of Wands. Yes, getting your passion back is what I want to talk about with the King of Wands. Feeling empowered to build your own future and get your passion back. Your passion is coming back if you feel like you lost it. If you feel like energetically you just don't have the strength to move forwards at the moment. It's okay to rest. Even the King of Wands has to go to bed sometimes, and not just for the other. Although that's important to him. He does have to sleep. Okay, and you do too. Okay, you guys do too. 5 of Swords. 2 of Cups. Ah, yes, okay. The Chariot. So there could have been some fighting, some disharmony, I want to say, in your personal life. Got Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. There could have been some very difficult times in relationships and friendships, family relationships as well. Just could have really drained you. And that could have been a theme in your life. You know, it's not just necessarily what's been happening lately. But there is It feels like a spiritual need to move forwards. Again, look at these numbers. 5 and 2 is 7. Yeah. V and VII, VII. Okay, 7, 7. There's some repeating number patterns. There's some very interesting numerology coming out of this one. Very interesting number patterns. So you could be noticing number patterns in your own life. You could be noticing specific numbers that are very meaningful to you coming through very strongly as your guides try to talk to you, try to communicate with you. Because change is very much needed in your life at the moment. Change is necessary. Or you could have just gone through the change, because remember, this is a group reading, so things I'm talking about is happening now or about to happen could have already happened for some people, right? Timing's always a little bit different for everybody, but 2 of Cups, so it could be a romantic situation or opportunity that's just very difficult at the moment, causing you a lot of grief, causing you a lot of heartache, or that just can't get off the ground no matter how hard you try. So there is a real tiredness, a real need to sleep, a need to, I want to say, you might be holding your boundaries a little bit too tight, group 3. You might be keeping people away from you, keeping people at bay who would help you. Yeah, that could be a theme for some of you. So, no, I am putting them away. Sorry, I've got one of my guides saying, no, don't put them away. And I'm like, no, you're not one of my guides. I don't know who you are that's just wandered in, but I am putting them away, so shush. That was a male voice just saying that. I don't know who that was, but not one of my team. That much I can't tell you. So they will be removed shortly by my gatekeeper guides. Okay, which is their job. They're basically spiritual bouncers. That's what they do. All right. Okay, so that being could have come in, spirit person could have come in with somebody else, somebody watching, which is okay. I didn't feel any negative energy from them. They were just a bit gobby. Okay. Painting with magic. I don't have to know everything all the time. Time capsule. I have the confidence to be myself. Let the leaves go. I can let go of what I no longer need. This feels like an important message. Do you know, I think 29/11/2. I do feel like this fall is going to be a very important time for you, my pile 3s. Some big things happening for you there, and there is going to be some reminiscing. There is going to be looking at the past with the time capsule. There may be a memory from the past. Maybe you need to go back to your town or country of origin, to where you're originally from. Maybe a family home or a previous family home. There's definitely a sense of nostalgia that comes up, but there's reassurance here as well with the painting with magic. I don't have to know everything all the time. You don't have to have all of the answers. It's okay. I want to bring in reassurance. You don't need to know everything. You don't have to have all the answers. It's just not possible to have all of the answers. Give yourself a break. Okay, moon wishes. The moon shows me patience. Yeah. I feel like part of the message here is having patience with yourself as well, because you can't always do everything and you can't always do it straight away. Okay. We've got another number 11 here and another number 10. So, just gorgeous numerology just repeating. 29/11. 29/11/2. 28/10. 10. Yes, Bedford. Bedford likes the numbers too. He's my cat. Okay. All right. So the full moon could be meaningful. There could be something happening for you under the guises of the full moon. Could be a connection to wolves, either metaphorically speaking, could be spirit animal guides for you, or literal wolves. Maybe you work with wolves. Maybe you live in an area where they are wolves, or wolves are being reintroduced at the moment, for example. There's definitely a sense of needing to let things go. Yeah, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. Yes, yes, this is about letting go, living your truth right now. Gaia gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. I feel there's a need to get in contact more deeply with Gaia, with Mother Earth, to her energy. That's Bedford trying to open my door. He's jumping up at the hand. You can't come in. You knocked everything down, you idiot. Right, we're not letting him in today because he's a menace to society. And Chamber of the Violet Flame, karmic release, radical transformation. And some people will be very noisy and object most vociferously. You'd think someone was killing him out there, wouldn't you? He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Some people object most vociferously when you don't do what they want you to do. Okay, so that could make it very difficult, very challenging for you to go against what perhaps other people want you to do for them or what you think you should be doing in your life. All right, there's going to be a lot of shoulds that you're going to have to try and avoid. Okay, so I feel that's another challenge there. I know, Bedford, I know. You can come in a minute. Yeah, good boy. Interesting. Okay, let's bring in some more cards. I'm going to shuffle these off camera because not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly. Okay, when I flow with my energy, I flow with the energy of life. Okay. I accept my life exactly as it is. Gorgeous. That is such an empowering thing to do, to just accept everything exactly as it is. No judgment, no shame. Just to be literally in the moment, to be accepting. Such a gorgeous energy. And I completely surrender to my path. Wow, there's a lot of surrendering coming up here as important themes for you, and lots of animals coming out. This gorgeous white deer, is that? We have bears on 46-10-1, so another 10. So it's very much the new cycle is they're kind of hitting that home a lot. It's like new cycle starting. It's definitely going to start. Are you ready for it? No, seriously, are you ready? They're kind of repeating the message. When I flow with my energy, I flow with the energy of life. Yes. Removing stuck energy, particularly from the solar plexus chakra. It could be a good idea to get some violet flame healing, to get some Reiki healing at the moment, if that resonates for you. You know, obviously do what feels right for you, but some sort of energy realignment, chakra healing, energy healing could be very helpful for you at the moment. So let's get some angel cards. Bedford's going to protest a little bit more. Again, I'm going to shuffle these off camera because some of the cherubs obviously don't have any clothes on because they're cherubs, they're not supposed to. Very peaceful. Look at this snowy landscape. It's just the energy of this card just evokes such peace to me, and that's the energy I want to give to you, that I think your guides want to give to you, that peace, that quiet, that space. There could be a nudge to actually go somewhere very quiet, very remote, where there is a lot of space, maybe where there's slow, you know, maybe Alaska, maybe somewhere within the Arctic Circle, maybe Norway, you know, Siberia. I don't know where you are in the world, obviously, so it's going to be different for everyone. But I started watching a load of videos about Greenland recently, just completely randomly. Maybe that's where you feel drawn to. Maybe it's the land of your ancestors. Okay. Archangel Michael, very protective energy coming through here. Remember, if you need to cut ties, break a pattern, leave something behind, ask Archangel Michael to help you to cut any negative energy ties. Next one definitely needs censoring. Okay, body care. Bedford care, apparently. You're fine, stop making a fuss. Healing. Yeah, this is what I was saying, possibly about doing some sort of spiritual healing, energy healing. Shut up, Bedford. Such a bugger. I would let him in, but I just can't risk him knocking more things down. It would just be a disaster, and I don't want him to get hurt, obviously, so it's for his own good. He disagrees, of course. He would much rather put himself in jeopardy. So body care, there is a nudge to take care of your body, but also I want to say take care of your mind. To take good care of your mind and to remember to try and stay in the present moment, to stay in the now. And I'm going to recommend this book again for the second time today, Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If you haven't already read it, or even if you have, might be time to revisit it. Very helpful techniques. Mindfulness meditation could be helpful to you at this time. All right. Or if you feel drawn to work with a counsellor, that could be a little nudge there for you as well. Blessings. Oh, that's a lovely message. Gorgeous blessings coming in from your guides from the universe. Music could be an important theme for you. Could be something that you find very healing. Could be playing music. You could be playing a musical instrument yourself, listening to music, or just being immersed in the energy, the vibration of music. It could be using the voice as well. And divine guidance. Yes, you are being divinely guided by your angels, by your spirit team at the moment. So just make sure that you are listening to their advice, because it feels like they have a lot to say to you. On the bottom we've got spiritual growth, so you are going through this time of spiritual growth, spiritual evolution at the moment, which I'm sure you're aware of, pile 3. Just a bit of confirmation there for you. A lot of divine guidance coming through, a lot of protection as well from the higher realms. If you feel like you need it, just ask for that protection. Make sure you are grounding yourself, grounding your energy, keeping yourself in the here and now, keeping your body okay. There could be some messages for you in pile 2 as well, I want to say. Interesting messages. Okay, where are we going next? You want to do Pasheen's? Okay, we're going to do Pasheen's. We're going to use my new Pasheen Oracle cards, which are in no way, shape or form official. They're just me putting Pasheen stickers on some cards. All right, here we go. Let's see what we've got. These are quite fun though. Doesn't have to be serious, okay? When you work with these energies, it doesn't have to be so serious, all right? You could literally just put random stickers on cards and use them. Okay. It's about the energy, not about the tool that you're using to work with. They just help you to focus your energy. Cardboard box. Donut. That's the 3rd time. Okay, every pile has had Pasheen with a donut. Okay. Christmas tree. Okay, this is interesting. All right, one more. Go on. Snacks. Okay, interesting. Snacks with the junk food comes on body care. That could be a nudge for somebody not to have so many snacks, or maybe to steer away from fast food. Okay, there's very whimsical energy coming through here with the 2 that have got costumes on. So there could be a connection to cosplay for some of my people watching. That could be a fun thing you want to do that you've never done and you've just been feeling recently it would be really fun. Pushing in the cardboard box. Yeah, try and see things from a different perspective, I want to say. With the big donut here, again, that could be a connection to making sure you're eating the right things. But I also want to say treat yourself sometimes, all right? And that doesn't have to be with food. That's not the only way you can treat yourself. I'm also drawn to a rubber ring, like in a swimming pool. So, or in the sea, there could be a nudge to go swimming if that's something that you enjoy or that you find relaxing or that helps to connect you to your guides if you live near the sea like I do. Especially with the permaid here. Yes, that's a permaid. That's what we call it in the Pasheen community. We got our permaid. So again, there's a connection, a nudge perhaps to go to the beach. And that could be a river, a lake. Doesn't necessarily have to be the sea, the ocean, if that's not somewhere you can easily get to. I know not everyone's as lucky as I am. And of course, the country I live in, we're never that far away from the sea. I think you can't be more than like 76 miles from the coast. It's impossible. So, and the Christmas tree Pasheen. Now, this is a special Pasheen. I actually have this one. I have the little toy. This was I mean, they're all collectible with Pasheens, but this one was a very rare Pasheen that came from the Blind Box series in 2016, 2017. I forget which year it was. Could have been 2016. But basically, probably 2017. Doesn't matter. Shut up, Helen. Right. This was a very, very difficult one to get, basically, from the set. You had to buy a box and you didn't know what was going to be in it, and you just had to keep buying them until you got a Christmas tree, which is the most valuable of the set, which is one that I have. I have the full set from that year, which I put on my Christmas tree every year. And if you follow my Instagram, you've probably seen the little Christmas tree I have with all the little Pasheen decorations on. And Bedford very much likes to knock them down. He likes to bat them. But of course, they're plush toys, so he can do that and he's not going to do any damage. So there's something a bit rare and special here with the Christmas tree Pasheen, because this was such a rare and special collectible toy, that one. There's something a bit special here, something special happening. I think you could be about to have a very fortuitous experience. I think something very lucky, very unexpected that you just weren't expecting to be able to have or do or be coming in. So I do feel there's a message of good fortune here as well. Very powerful. Very interesting message of good fortune for you guys, pile 3. Yeah. But also a reminder to have fun, because cats love sitting in boxes, and a reminder that fun doesn't have to be expensive, you know. It doesn't have to be complicated, it can just be silly. It's all right to be silly, you are allowed. So, on that bombshell, That was your reading, my bath reads. I hope that was helpful. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in your next reading. In the meantime, you take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.